Hi, I'm Chas, and you're watching Chas's Crazy Creations.
Today we're going to make some projects with some dollar store cutting boards. Let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a white cutting board, some magnet clips, and some Folk Art Home Decor wood tint. You're going to start by removing the label. Next, you're going to paint on the Folk Art Home Decor wood tint in the color walnut. You want this to look grainy to resemble some wood. Once you get the desired look, you're going to let it dry completely. For this next step, I added some hot glue and I placed a magnetic clip onto the hot glue. I hot glued a red bow and some greenery that I had left over from another project, and I placed it on the clip. It was magnetic, so it stuck, but you could also hot glue it to reinforce it. Next, I added a photo of my kids, but you could add any photo you like, especially if this is a gift for others. This could easily be adjusted for any occasion. For this project, I'm using a red cutting board and I'm removing the label. Next, I've printed out a recipe, and this could be an heirloom recipe or any recipe you like, and I cut it out after I printed it out so that it would fit the 5x7 size that I needed for the cutting board. I wanted to give it a sealer coat, so I used some acrylic sealer and lightly spray painted the recipe. Now, once I brought it in and it was completely dry, I hot glued it to the cutting board. Now, you could seal it with something else like Mod Podge, and you could adhere it with a different glue like E6000 or Glue Dots if you'd prefer. Now it was time to give it a little embellishment, so I had found these wooden Merry Christmas decor pieces at Dollar Tree, and I hot glued that into place. Now, I contemplated painting it, but I couldn't find a color that I liked, so I ended up leaving the raw wood as is. Once that was complete, I had cut some silver ribbon, and I tied the ribbon around the cutting board. On the ends, I slid on a couple of jingle bells to each side, and then I placed a knot at the bottom so they wouldn't slide off. I thought this would give it a little extra flair. You can easily adjust this for any holiday or occasion. For this project, you're going to need 2 white cutting boards and 3 of the bamboo cutting boards. I started with E6000 glue, and I put it on the narrow ends of each side. You could use a different adhesive if you choose. I just like E6000 because I know it's nice and strong. I attached the white cutting boards to the glue on either side of the bamboo cutting board. Now, you'll need to do something to hold these in place until that glue solidifies. I like to use blue painter's tape to hold things into place while I'm waiting for it to dry. Next, I added E6000 to 3 sides of another bamboo board. I slid this into place to be one of the sides in our box that we're making, and I repeated this process to both sides, so now I had a nice carrying box. I waited for this all to dry completely before I moved on to the next step. Now that all the pieces were dry, I added a little more E6000 glue to the top, and then I placed a dowel through the top. Now, hindsight, I probably needed a thicker dowel, so you might want to take that into consideration when you're making this.
Okay, so we've got our gift box, and now I'm just going to go ahead and assemble it with the things that we've made. So I'm going to start with the photo frame. I'm going to place that inside. And then I'm going to do the recipe next. Place that inside as well. And then you can add other things like maybe a rubber scraper and a cookie cutter to go with the recipe. And maybe you want to make other things, like maybe you remember this wood burn cookie cutter or cutting board that I made with a wood burning tool, and I transferred my son's writing on this side and my daughter's handwriting on this side. So I'll go ahead and place that in as an example as well. And I hope this inspires you to make something with dollar store cutting boards of your own. I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube channel and my blog at chascrazycreations.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Now let's go take one more look at everything.